It's not the overspending, it's the cost of living. Here is a breakdown of the average Gen Z and millennials cost of living in today's world. So number one is rent. Everyone knows that Gen Z and millennials have to have a roommate. So splitting a 2-bedroom apartment with utilities is around $1,500. If you have a car, a $12,000 to $15,000 used car is still going to run you $400 a month. Car insurance and gas is another $300. Student loan payment, $500. You're going to have groceries for $500. You're going to have personal care, doctor's appointments, hair, gym, about $150, and then cell phone and miscellaneous $150. That's $3,500 a month, which is baseline. Do you know how much $3,500 a month is? $70,000 a year, or $34 an hour. Because after you take out taxes, put $300 for health insurance, and do a healthy $500 401k contribution, that leaves you with $3,500. This is no fun, no savings, no maintenance, no clothes, no kids, no traveling, no vacations, no bachelor parties, no weddings, no funerals, no clothes, no school supplies, nothing. And this is paycheck to paycheck. And on top of it, they're holding $40,000 of student loan debt, a $15,000 car, and if they ever wanted to buy a house with closing costs and the down payments, another $50,000. So they need $105,000. So even if they were somehow able to scrounge up after $70,000 of paycheck to paycheck, $5,000 to go to a concert, to have avocado toast, whatever it is, $5,000 a year, it would take them 20 years to pay off this debt and save up for a house. 20 years of living with the roommate where that rent's going up, and they're making $70,000 a year as a college graduate. The average person in this country makes $50,000. It is not the overspending. It is a cost of living crisis.
I mean, just your costs are up versus a year ago. Groceries, 85%. Utilities, 78%. Healthcare, 67%. Housing, 66%. Gasoline, 54%. The bottom line is this. Americans feel like prices are rising in each and every single part of their lives, rising ever climber, and they just don't feel like, Kate Baldwin, that they can catch a break.
The Treasury Secretary in new comments kind of dismissed the impact tariffs is having on inflation, also saying that prices are going to be coming down in weeks. Some other prices are going to be coming down in months. What do Americans think about that?
Yeah, they think he's full of it. That's exactly what they think. I mean, just take a look here. Tariffs raising prices right now. I'm going to come over Kate's side of the screen, 71%.
How dare you?
How dare I do that? 84% of Democrats, 74% of independents, and even a majority of Republicans. When you can get a majority of Republicans to agree with majority of Democrats, you know that the pain is being felt by the American public right now. The Treasury Secretary can try and tell the people something, but they can feel in their pocketbooks. They simply put, don't buy what he and this administration is selling them when it comes to tariffs.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any of the stories shaping our world right now. And trust me, today's topic is one you definitely want to hear. Prices are rising, bills are multiplying, grocery carts are shrinking, and the only thing going down is people's patience. And guess what's pouring gasoline on the fire? Trump's tariffs, you got it. Yeah. Now, those same tariffs promise to protect America are now protecting absolutely nothing except a higher living cost. Now, you'd say so much for MAGA, right?
60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have. People living paycheck to paycheck are about to go broke. The GDP numbers came in yesterday, and of course the economy receded, which I predicted 2 months ago, and people laughed. Mark my words, the second quarter is going to be far worse. Tariffs on Chinese products at 145% are about to kick in, which means everything you buy from China on Amazon or elsewhere is about to go through the roof. Grocery store shelves are starting to empty at Walmarts across the country, and of course grocery prices continue to soar. People who've been financing groceries on credit are starting to default on those payments. We are about to see an economic catastrophe. If you're in this 60% that has little or no money, please stop spending money. Protect your family. Trump does not care about you. Even if you voted for him, he's a billionaire. He won't suffer, but you and your family will. Please protect yourself. 60% of the American public is about to lose everything.
Your dad built a house at 30. You're renting at 30. Same effort, new economy. Your mom raised 3 kids without a degree. You have a degree and 3 side hustles just to survive. They bought groceries for a week with 1 day's pay. You work 2 jobs to fill half the cart. This isn't about who's working harder. It's about how much the game has changed. Stop comparing your progress to theirs. They played in the rookie mode. You're an expert. With inflation, digital pressure, and a world that never sleeps, you didn't fall behind. The starting line moved, the rules shifted, and you're still in the game. So stop the guilt, stop the shame. You're not too late. You're building under pressure they never had to face. Keep going. You're not broken. You're just building in a different world.
3 small bags of groceries, $65. No meats, by the way. No meats. 3 small bags.
In 2 months, it's going to become completely unaffordable to live in the United States. And I'm not talking about luxury lifestyle. I'm talking about basic middle class needs. I run a relocation business out of Costa Rica. I asked my clients, who are a couple from Bushwick, Brooklyn, why they were thinking of moving abroad. They sent me their monthly budget spreadsheet. So combined, they make $120,000 a year. And from that, they get to bring home about $7,400 a month after taxes. Their rent is $3,100 a month. And their health insurance is about to skyrocket to $1,750. They budget about $1,000 a month for groceries. Their utilities, internet, cell phones, and MetroCard are another $1,300 or so. So at the end of the month, this leaves them with about $250. And that doesn't include any unexpected expenses or the hope for investments or the hope for a savings account. So what they said to me is that this is what running in place feels like. And the reason that they want to move abroad is because they actually want to move forward with their lives.
Hey, we live in central Illinois. Our electric rates just went up 50%. My nephew has a ranch home that's probably 1,200 square feet, and his bill went from $260 to $560 in the last month. No difference in usage. The company just increased their rates 50%. So I'm curious if you have a similar home in a surrounding state, what you pay.
It's just straight up too expensive to live in the United States of America, and you cannot convince me otherwise. Hi, I'm Zach. I've kept a budget down to the penny for the past 5 years. And this is what I've spent this month on some of the things that you need to just exist. Let's start with energy. I want you to let me know how much you pay a month for your electric bill. All right, ready? Drum roll, please. This month I spent $242. It's summertime in Florida. It's hot. It's expensive. The AC's running. I keep my house at 78 degrees during the day. I turn off all the lights when I'm not using them. I have LED lights. All of the stuff you're supposed to do. I'm closing my blinds during the day. Everything possibly you could do right. And I just had my highest bill of all time. Checking out my electric bill from September 2020, I paid $139.47. Huh. Okay, so that's almost doubled. All right, how about utilities? I want you to let me know how much you pay for utilities a month, your water bill, your garbage. All right, drum roll, please. 3, 2, 1. I paid $219.77. Just as a frame of reference, in September of 2020, my water bill was $128.09. So that's doubled in 5 years. That's cool. Internet. Everybody loves internet. I needed to post on TikTok. This past month, I spent $84.99. What did you spend this month on internet? I can tell you what I paid in September 2020, 5 years ago. I paid $54.68. That's cool. It's gone up 60%-ish in 5 years. That's fine. So all in all, between my utilities, my energy, and my internet, I am paying $527 and change a month. And I'm sure my story isn't unique. I'm sure you're watching this saying, yes, the same thing with me. I'm paying way too much every month. This isn't sustainable. I know that prices have gone up all around the world, 100%. I just feel like where I live specifically, we've gone into crazy town. No one can pay this. No one can afford this. I'd love to hear what you're paying a month for all these things and where you live in the world, because I need to know if I'm crazy or if I'm not alone in feeling this way. Grocery prices in the States have reached the point of insanity. I just went and bought 3 items, and I want you to guess how much it cost me, okay? I bought a salad kit, and then I bought Beyond Meat, which arguably should be cheaper than real meat. I mean, it's made from plants, right? I bought a tub of cashews. The cashews alone cost me $12. $12. That's nuts. For 3 items, it cost me $24 and change. A quarter way to $100. Now, at what point is this just not tenable anymore? No one can afford this. This is becoming absolutely bonkers. I thought it was bad 4 years ago. And I thought it was bad last year. No, we've gotten to the point where I don't even know what next year is going to look like. Okay, if a loaf of bread is $6 and a tub of nuts is 12, I don't even know where we go from here. No one can afford this. I know grocery prices have gone up all over the world. I feel like in the States, we are really feeling it right now. Am I crazy for thinking this? I mean, what do you think? What does your grocery bill look like lately? Because mine is insane.
As we head towards Thanksgiving and Christmas, prices are reaching new heights underneath Trump's economy. For a family of 4, monthly grocery costs are breaking over $1,000. And you know that they know that shit is bad when they're floating the idea of doing $2,000 stimulus checks next year. And it's even worse when you realize that they're hoping that when they give you the $2,000, that you're not actually going to cash it and or use it. They want you to just throw it into your savings account. Also, this is just a tactic to try and buy votes to save them in a midterm bloodbath. It's not genuine caring about affordability.
Breaking news as J.D. Vance seemingly admitted that the economy is in the shitter, while at the same time saying that the economy is booming, but the cost of living is up, and that he needs Americans to be a little more patient for the economic boom that is coming. I'm sorry, J.D., there is no economic boom coming under your administration, and the price of everything is skyrocketing. You guys have done nothing to bring it down, and people are done being patient. They've been patient for nearly a year now. People are out of time. You've done nothing to bring the cost of healthcare down. You've actually done the opposite. Job growth is slowing. You guys aren't even releasing a jobs report anymore. That's canceled for October, and sounds like November too. Oh, but you're only going to report the jobs created, not the unemployment, not the jobs lost. Guys, these people are full of shit. Wake up. They're not going to help the American people. It's time for new leadership. Remember this in the midterms. It's time to vote blue. Let me know what you think about all this. Comment, like, share, spread the word, follow, subscribe, and remember, economic prosperity has typically happened under Democrats' control. I'll see you back here for the 411.
Can we talk about how quickly the prices of your purchases seem to increase in literally the span of like 5 seconds? I literally just went to Target to get literally a handful of things that I needed. Not even a handful, half a handful of things that I needed. With those like 4 or 5 things, I already spent $22. Hear me out. I know some people are going to easily be like, well, that's because you went to Target. You're not wrong. But Target is closer, and I really didn't have the patience for Walmart today. So yeah, starting off strong. I needed feminine products, which in all honesty really should be free, but that's a whole different topic for another time. I needed more tissue because I was on my last roll today. I mean, you need something to wipe your butt with. Literally a travel size Vaseline because mine is running low and it's getting cold and we don't have time for dry lips. And then just 2 things of gummy bears because I wanted a snack. That's it. And that was $22. Like, I don't, what?
I know. Because guess what? I'm feeling it too. As a homeowner, as a landlord, as someone who owns real estate in Cook County, I think I can speak for all of us. This sucks. We have not seen a tax jump like this in over 30 years. The median increase citywide, 16%. 16%. Don't even let me get started on the west and south side of Chicago. Look at that. West Garfield, 133%. North Lawndale, 99%. Inglewood, 80%. Now, what the city is trying to say, that since the commercial real estate in the downtown area has lost value, 129 million to be exact, that burden is being pushed on you and me. Is it fair? It kind of is what it is. Now, what you can do is you can appeal your taxes before the deadline, and you can also apply to be put on a payment plan, but you will be paying interest. If you're feeling what I'm feeling, this ain't a good feeling.
So let's break it down. Now, over the past months, Trump has doubled down on tariffs like they are some magical cure for the American economy. In reality, they are acting more like a slow leak in the national wallet. Tariffs on imports from China, Mexico, Canada, and even US allies have been slapped, raised, expanded, and re-raised. But here's the twist. Tariffs don't punish foreign countries. They punish American consumers. That toaster, now more expensive, that laptop suddenly costs an extra $150. Those groceries are somehow higher every single week. Even the made in America stuff, yep, more expensive too, because American companies often import raw materials before they assemble the final product. Nothing is escaping the inflation blast radius, nothing. Now, America is basically playing economic whack-a-mole, except every time the government swings the hammer, it hits people instead of the problem. Now, let's talk everyday life. Okay, now families that were already struggling are now squeezing dollars until they scream. In some states, rent is up by hundreds of dollars. Groceries are up. All utilities are up. Gas is up. And the average family is left wondering, what exactly did MAGA make great again? Because it sure wasn't my bank account. And while people are dealing with higher bills, Trump gets on stage promising that tariffs are helping American workers and American families. Helping how? Now, by turning the cost of living into an Olympic sport. Now, here is the thing about economics. When you tax imports, companies don't say, oh no, let me reduce my profits because I care about the people so deeply. No, they simply raise prices. Every time a tariff goes up, price tags jump right along with it. It's almost like gravity. It's basic, predictable, unavoidable. But somehow, the middle class still claps like it's a 4D chess. Meanwhile, the rest of the country is calculating whether grocery or electricity deserves to be priority this month. Even manufacturers, the ones tariffs were supposed to protect, right, are complaining. Many rely on foreign metals, parts, or materials. They are paying more now, which means they are charging more too. And when customers stop buying because prices are ridiculous, companies lay off workers. It's just simple. So the very thing Trump claimed would save American jobs is pushing companies to cut them. Irony. Anyone? Let's move beyond the economics and look at the political theater. Now, anytime someone asks Trump about the rising cost of living, he dodges like it's a dodgeball tournament. He blames Democrats, he blames foreign countries, he blames globalists, he blames weak negotiators, fake news, and sometimes even the weather. Now, the only person he doesn't blame is himself. But numbers don't lie. Americans are paying more now. Wages are not rising fast enough to catch up. And inflation is being aggravated by tariffs, not solved by them. The saddest part is many people who are suffering the most from these price hikes are the same ones who cheer the loudest for tariff-heavy policies: farmers, low-income families, rural communities, small business owners. These groups are carrying the heaviest burden. Now, it's a painful reminder that slogans don't pay bills, hats don't lower prices, and repeating America first doesn't magically make the economy flourish. At this point, the question isn't, are these tariffs helping? The question is, how much worse will this get? Because each new tariff announcement sends a ripple through the economy, and those ripples hit households like waves. So here we are. Trump's tariff strategy has inflated prices, stressed families, shaken industries, and turned cost of living into a national crisis. But if you ask him, everything is going perfectly. Sure, perfectly for anyone who hasn't looked at a receipt in the past year. But for the average person, buying groceries feels like applying for a loan. Buying school supplies require planning like a military operation. Buying a used car now feels like buying a small house. And all of this because of a policy that was sold to Americans as a shortcut to greatness. So much for MAGA indeed. All right, everyone, let's wrap this up with, saying the truth, which is simple. A strong economy doesn't come from slogans or toughness on a podium, right? It comes from policies that actually make life easier for the people living in the economy. Tariffs are doing the opposite. They are a tax dressed as patriotism and an economic burden marketed as national victory. So let me hear your thoughts on this. Do you think tariffs ever work long term? Are Americans finally waking up to who really pays the price? And most importantly, how much more pressure can families take before something snaps? Drop your thoughts below in the comment section. Let's talk about it. And as always, don't forget to like, share, and please, guys, subscribe for more commentaries like this. So I'll see you guys on the next video. Credit belongs to original creators.